Hey gang, this is Vicky Kelly. I want to go over the golden rule morning method for today. This was extremely difficult to see, and it was a bit of a mess, a bit like watching paint dry. Now, we had some indications that this might be the case because we were up 150 points or so in a pre-market. And when that happens, much of the movement has gone on through the night and over the weekend, then we're going to get some choppy mess on Monday, most likely. So I want to show you where these lines ended up being drawn, not because we can necessarily see them, but in retrospect, where they ended up being. Again, it was a difficult day to trade. I have an idea of where we set up and what we did, but when it was all said and done, it did exactly what it wanted to do, whether we were able to get there or not. So the opening we had obviously right out of the gate, headed down. We knew that that was not unusual because again, it had moved so far, but I want you to notice how far the energy lines were. This ended up being a 12-point energy line, but again, that's not what it looked like at the beginning. At the beginning of the morning, it looked like the energy line was there, which was almost a 15 to 20-point energy line. And that gives us an idea that this is, again, very likely to go sideways for a while. That's a lot of energy to be released all at once. And if it does not start moving, then it's probably just going to consolidate for a good long while, which again is exactly what it did. But because this was the only line that we had at the beginning, we took our contracts off here, a set of contracts off here, which again was a good little profit for it. And then we just sort of let everything wiggle around for the rest of the morning. Now, there were some lines here that we could say, well, maybe it was a move that's going to set up an upward move. But as I've explained before, when you have your yellow lines too close together, you're going to get chop. And so instead of chasing this like a cat with a laser pointer, I said, until this breaks any of these, we are not going to chase them. Okay, until it breaks out of this box of pain, we're not going to chase them. And so, as you can see, this never really did anything, and ended up busting back through this, which it does most of the time. Comes out of this box with the same direction that it headed into it. And again, now, by the time it busted out, we had moved this line over to here because, again, it likes to do a return move. And when we have such a large candle, you know that somewhere through here is where the energy lines are, that we're not going to expect it to come clear down to here. The other thing that happened was by the time this broke out, we could have drawn that here, and that was actually a very good energy line there. But we were an hour into our trading before it actually made the return move. Again, it was just a great day to sit on your hands. This all gets extremely confusing. If you try to take every single move, you're going to get chopped up, spit out, and just grind your account to dust. And so this began to set up right at the end of our live trading. So we were able to make back any little loss that we might have had through here. And as you can see, we had our confirmations right here. And it did eventually make it all the way to our target level. Now, I was not waiting for that to happen because, again, it was so choppy that I actually exited here at the 300 level, especially when it started looking like it was going to turn around because I had a little bit of a profit already and was not going to give it back in this choppy mess. So again, another day that we did okay. That's the beauty of this method, is that even if you get chopped up a little bit, usually all you have to do is catch one good trade and you can make a lot of that back up during the day. Did actually end up the day with a little bit of a profit, and somebody had been asking in the room about the afternoon trades. There were a couple that you could have taken, but again, this is the morning method, and so we just focus on what we can trade in the morning. But it's pretty resilient in the fact that if you do find that you can take that one good trade, it usually makes up for any of our mistakes or losses that we had earlier. So if you still need to stay safe out there, these are still big energy lines and lots of volatility with all the news that's out there. So stay safe and good luck trading.